children, how are you? I am Masood Fatma. I will teach you social studies. You all know this video is for the students of class 5th. And in this video, I will teach you lesson 7, that is elections and duties of a citizen. And in this video, I will continue with the next two topics of this chapter, that is importance of election and duties of a citizen. Hi children, let's continue chapter 7, elections and duties of a citizen. We will begin with the next topic, that is importance of elections in India. Please see on page 52 and pay attention. Okay. Elections are the backbone of India, the largest democracy in the world. Elections are important because of, here are 4 points given, I am reading it. Elections provide a way for the citizens of India to choose their leaders. The choice of the people is reflected in the elected candidates. Second point is change of leadership. It is by way of elections that the people voice their resentment against a ruling party. If a political party does not perform well, people choose another political party in the elections. Third point is political participation. Elections denote the participation of public in the political arena of the country. It denotes that the citizens of India are the ultimate authority of the country. Moreover, it is because of elections that a person becomes free to contest as a candidate and work for the betterment of the nation or the state. And fourth point is self-corrective system. It is because of elections that the ruling party fears the public. It reviews its performance and tries to appease the people. It knows that if it does not perform well, it will be ruled out by the public in the next election. So now I am going to explain it to you. Now 4 points are given over here. Now, we know children that India is a democratic country, and our democracy means, everybody knows, a government of the people, for the people and by the people. This I have told you in the beginning also. And as a policy in India, elections are held at regular intervals. You know, elections are the most important time for both citizens as well as the politicians. Okay, let's see now why it is important. As just now I read the 4 points. The first point why it is important is it gives you choice of leadership. Means these elections give the people the right or the chance or the opportunity to select their own government, their own representative. We can choose our leaders or our representatives to rule over our country. And while choosing, we must give greater importance to the candidate, the background of the candidate, and the nature and the party also. Okay, or balance between both. So we should choose our candidate, our representatives very wisely, because our votes are very valuable, you know. Then next point is change of leadership. Change of leadership means if the leader fails to carry out his responsibilities, means in the most efficient way, which may bring about prosperity, unity, progress and integrity of the whole nation. We can raise our voice against the bitterness at having been treated unfairly. Through these elections only we can do. Okay, this is the only way that we can change our leaders.
and we are free to select another candidate from another party in the elections. Means we can switch to another party. That's why ruling party is afraid of public, because they know that in the next election they can be changed if they are not satisfying the needs of the public, because public has only chosen na, we only, the citizens only choose, and we have the right also to change if we are not satisfied. Okay, then next point is political participation. So the citizens of India are free to participate in any of the political party, as they are the authority of the country. Okay. And they can join any party and try to do better and predictable job. And this is possible because of elections. Means you can also file a nomination form. Only thing is that if you fulfill the conditions and norms of being a leader of the party, but you are also free to participate in any of the parties. Okay, and next, and the fourth point is, what is that? Self-corrective system. Self-corrective system, children, that again I will tell you that it's a democratic country, and it is the democratic policy in India to have elections at regular intervals. This you know. And elections are important for citizens as well as the politicians. They know that if they fail to fulfill their promises made to the citizens, they will be ruled out. Means they can be changed. Elections are called the backbone of a democratic country, and this way the ruling parties are kept in check and made to consider the demands of the public. This works as a self-corrective system, whereby political parties review their performance. They give the whole detail of their performance, what they have done in their ruling time, okay, in their period, and they try to satisfy the voters. This is called self-corrective system. Means they try to prove themselves that they have fulfilled all the, or they have completed all the agendas they promised to do. Okay, and they try to satisfy the voters. Next point is responsibilities or duties of a citizen. Okay, I'll read it first. In a country like India, which has a democratic form of government, the ultimate authority and power is in the hands of the citizens who are eligible to vote. Political parties come into rule or are thrown out of rule because of the will and desire of the majority of the people. Thus, a citizen needs to be very responsible in his approach. Some responsibilities of a citizen are: the first point is voting in elections. Voting in the central as well as state elections is the primary duty of a citizen. No citizen should abstain from voting. He or she should surely cast his or her vote. He or she should lead by example so as to improve the voting percentage in the elections. Second point is paying revenues. Paying all revenues and taxes of the government honestly is also a very important duty of a citizen. He or she should realize that public welfare is a result of revenues and taxes collected by the government. And the third point is awareness regarding public property. The citizens of a democratic country should not harm the public property and monuments of the nation. they should contribute towards maintaining such property. And the last point is impartial judgment. The citizens of a democratic country should be responsible enough to judge the performance of the government in an impartial way. In their judgment, they should not be biased as regards religion, region, caste, etc. Now, let me explain it to you. Now, see, children, choosing the government for us is done by us, means we are the whole sole authority. Okay, it is all up to the majority of the people to choose their leaders as their representatives. So, we need to be very wise, careful, and sensible while choosing them. Okay, and as such, some of our responsibilities are, here are the 4 points given: voting in elections, paying revenues, awareness regarding public property, impartial judgment. Okay, so the first point is voting in elections, means democracy relies on a well informed, educated citizen who has the knowledge about politics and elections, who use their vote wisely. Voting is just to decide how to solve today's challenges to society, and this can be done by voting and choosing an efficient representative. And if we do not vote, we cannot represent our interest or our views. So we all must cast vote and see that no one should be refrained from voting. Okay, should refrain oneself from voting. Okay, and the second point is paying revenues. In one of the previous chapters, I told you that what does revenue mean. So, revenue means the fees earned by the government by providing service or solving cases or matters related to land, tenancy, boundaries of agricultural lands, and so on. They decide all these disputes, and there are certain fees which is charged, and that is the source of income. These revenues and taxes are the source of income of the government, okay, which the government uses for the welfare of the people. So it's a prime duty to pay the revenues and taxes on time and help our government. Okay, and then comes the third point, that is awareness regarding public property. You know, people sometimes they get so angry, they start destroying the properties, means they start burning benches, desks, shops, so many things they do. Sometimes they burn cars and all. That is not good. People should value and preserve our rich cultural heritage and protect the monuments and public property. They must think that it is our own property. Public property, we are only public, no? So we should not damage them at any cost. Sometimes you must have seen, due to certain issues, people become so angry, so agitated, that they start burning the cars, trucks, buildings, fields. They start bomb blasting, killing people. They start harming the people. In anger, they forget that they are harming their own thing, own people, own property. And this type of act is not the solution to any of the matters. Instead, we should strive for excellence and peace in all spheres. Okay? And the last point, that is very important for the politicians also, that we know that we are the citizens of a democratic country, means India, and as such we should prove to be a decent and a responsible citizen. The constitution has provided us with the right to vote, and it's a duty to keep up the decorum of this right and vote wisely, keeping in mind the need of the country, what type of person is required, who can serve the country efficiently, and it's only possible if we cast a valuable vote by being impartial, means being only a human being, means our judgment regard while giving, means choosing our leaders, and while giving our reviews, our judgment, our views regarding the work and performance of the government should be very impartial and transparent. Okay, because uh, our views, our words, they are the reference. Okay, it should be they are like a reference or feedback to their ranking, and hope to be elected as a leader in the next election. Okay, so means we should be very impartial regarding our views, like we expect a fair and free voting system. Similarly, we should be fair in our views. Okay, and our views should be based on truth and only truth, without any discrimination as regards to caste, creed, religion, or any favoritism, etc. Okay, so that's all for this chapter 7, election and duties of a citizen. And then please children, read this glossary and the important points nicely, because you know questions may be put up regarding from this these two, glossary and important points also. So, and from inside the lesson, so please read the lesson properly. Okay, now let's go through the exercises verbally, and written exercises I'll be uploading in the PDF. Okay, sending through the in the PDF. So first exercise is your first exercise is on page number 54, that is practice session. The first exercise is tick the correct option. The first question is, who files nomination papers? There are 4 options given, and option B is the correct answer. Okay, then number 2, where is the indelible ink put on a voter? So here also 4 options are there, and option A is the first option A is the correct option, that is A, finger. Okay, who is the leader of the government of a state? So here also 4 are there, and option D is the correct answer. Okay, that is chief minister. Then exercise B, answer the following, that I'll be writing and giving. And next is exercise C, fill in the blanks. So first is, people above the age of dash are eligible to vote. So here what will you fill? People of the age of 18 years. Okay, so you will put 18, 18. Second one is, it is the responsibility of the dash to enroll their names. So what will you fill in this? It is the responsibility of the voters. Okay, then third one is, elections in India involve dash ballot. In the dash what will you fill? That is secret. Okay, and fourth one is, generally the voting takes place between dash am to dash pm. So it will be in the first dash, that is 7 am, and in the second dash to 6 pm. 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that's all for this chapter. Please go through the uh, assignment file daily and see what's the next update. Okay, thank you and bye.